I'm sure probably Nash, you probably touched on this, but the pricing, taking chunks of the game out so you can sell it to people for a DLC and have them, or,
Dude.
yeah, that absolutely is the grossest thing ever.
Let's talk about Ubisoft. Ubisoft is going through quite the, oh my god, it's like a sun like being destroyed. Just reaches its life cycle and it's just about to explode.
It's about to go supernova.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming.
It feels like it's going to be super bad. So right now they have people being encouraged to strike at their locations. You have Assassin's Creed Shadows being pushed back to February, and them canceling their showing at the Tokyo Game Show, which was absolutely nuts and on such
Probably
short
a smart
notice.
idea.
I would definitely say so, because the money you would have to pay. And then what's the other thing they're going through right now? It's a lot. It's a lot they're going through right now.
Their investors are, yeah.
Yep. They're under investigation by their investors. Sorry, and thank you, Nas. So, and this is coming from Insider Gaming, being penned by Tom Henderson. Let's see. It's been announced that Ubisoft's executive committee and board of directors will launch an investigation and review of the company. The news came via a company financial statement and update, which include the delay of Assassin's Creed Shadows and the announcement that Star Wars Outlaws underperformed. The statement read, now before we get to the statement, you remember when they were asked by, I want to say, a bank, when the bank was investing in Ubisoft, right? Or am I wrong? But they were on the phone with them. And
yeah, I think so. Bank of America.
Right.
Was,
So they saw the backlash and they asked the CEO directly. It's like, so are you going to delay this game? And they were like, no. They'll love it when they see it. And turns out it underperformed. And that's like, my gosh, foundationally what's wrong with them. You know what I mean? It's maybe they've been around too long and they pull in a PlayStation, whatever we put on their plate, even though it's slop, they'll just eat it,
Well, I think you're right. I think these are foundational issues. Which is why it seems to permeate throughout the entire organization.
Yes, I know, right? Oh my gosh, there's you just got to take it out at the root, and my gosh, the restructuring is going to be insane if they actually go through it. If they don't just spontaneously combust, they and actually have a come to Jesus moment, so to speak, and
it's getting progressively worse because of the amount of attention that this is getting.
That too. We're kind of feeding that fire, which I'm happy to do. It's news. In the light of recent challenges, we acknowledge the need for greater efficiency while delighting players. As a result, beyond the first important short-term actions undertaken, the executive committee, under the supervision of the board of directors, is launching a review aimed at further improving our execution, notably in this player-centric approach, and accelerating our strategic path towards a higher performing model to the benefit of our stakeholders and shareholders. Finally, let me address some of the polarized comments about Ubisoft lately. I want to reaffirm that we are an entertainment-first company, you're right, creating games for the broadcast possible audience, and our goal is not to push any specific agenda. We remain committed to creating games for fans and players that everyone can enjoy. That's why when they were releasing Assassin's Creed, they didn't pay any mind to the Japanese players who had a problem with it. They thought it was just the fans. It always goes back to blaming the fans for some reason. I don't know what it is.
Why would we look within when we can blame without?
Exactly. It's like the Simpsons meme. It's like, is it me? No, it's definitely the kids.
It's the children who are wrong.
Yeah, it's the children who are wrong. The gamers are wrong.
It's so arrogant.
Yeah, very much so.
It's so incredibly arrogant.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Looks like we got.
I think with games, like especially like Assassin's Creed, you're gonna want to look into the culture. You're going to want to look into the lore. You're going to want to look and have research and do it right. Otherwise, you're going to be getting a bunch of crap. And it, you know, the thing is that this isn't just for gamers that are giving them trouble. It's you know, these people are like, you just like butchered our culture with this aspect of it.
Exactly.
You know, and so they don't want to think about the fact that they didn't do research and they didn't get with people that might be experts in that field to try to get a little bit more on it and be more authentic. So now they're just like, oh, well, things blew up and now we have to take care of it. So basically they've created more work, more time, and more money. Yeah.
All right. This one's another one. This is, goes into the employees going on strike. This is coming from Forbes, being penned by Jack Kelly, a senior contributor. Tensions continue to rise within the tech sector as management and employees clash over return to office policies. Okay, so this is going to be a hot take from me. I don't see anything wrong about returning to office, and my God, because you know some of us don't have that option. You know what I mean? For someone to be like, oh no, I don't want to go back to the office. We know that you can do good work when you're remote, but you're not as efficient as you are when you're in the office. That's just, you know, it's common sense, and it you know, I think it bears out in the numbers also. But go ahead.
Well,
what do you want to say, Gigi?
You absolutely can be, and sometimes you can be more productive because you're in your comfort zone,
right? Your
own environment. Yeah. The problem is not everybody has the discipline.
Exactly.
Discipline, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And I think that's the vast majority of people. Yeah.
Yeah, to do it. Like, I'll be honest with you, I can't work from home.
Me neither.
There's too many distractions.
I hope the future employer
there's
doesn't
just
see
too much that would would make me unproductive. However, like, you know, I know people that have been working from home, like for Oracle, doing computer programming for the over a decade, you know, and it's been quite successful. And there's a schedule, like I get up at this time, I go clock in at this time, my lunch is at this time. This is what I do. This is when my scheduled phone calls are and everything. And when you've got the discipline to do it and your dedicated own space, like this is my office, this is work, you know, I go in here, I work, I leave. Work is the only thing that's in this area. I think you can be successful. Yeah. But it's so few and far between that you've got those people. Yeah. That like, yes, go ahead and go back to work. Yeah, yeah. But at the same time, like, we're all spoiled and want what we want.
100%, yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's gonna cause an issue. Like, I do not want to get up and have to drive somewhere and get ready and everything like that. But I know I'm not gonna do the work that I could do in an office.
Right.
I do more work working from home. Yeah. Because I don't have to worry about my commute.
Yeah.
I don't have to I don't have to go to a meeting room. There's so much more I can do. I can fit in more useless meetings when I'm working from home.
Great. That's awesome.
I work longer when I work from home because again, I could wake up early one day and be like, yeah, I'm awake, and just sign on, you know? Yeah. Or I've got my tunes playing, I'm watching someone on stream, I'm doing some data entry stuff. I'm like, if I work till 6 tonight, whatever, I'll get it done. I'm vibing. It's all good. When I'm in the office and it's 5 o'clock, bye. You know? Yeah. So there's a balance there.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
Right. Okay.
I like that. You guys think this would... I'm curious, do you guys think this would even be news if there wasn't so much other crap going on with Ubisoft?
No. I mean, that's one of the reasons I feel like they're striking, though. Because there's
I think right now it's more news because of everything else. If this had been like a year ago, then it would have been because everybody was complaining about going back to the office.
That is very true. Yeah.
You know, I think that they should do it. Like, if they're gonna do back at the office, they should probably flex it. Like 3 days office, 2 days home, or vice versa.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to be in an office. There's days that I'm just like, I can't. Like, I wake up and I'm like, I don't want to, because I have to go there. I have to drive. I know the traffic's going to irritate me this morning or whatever. But if I get up, my traffic commute across the hall is not going to put me in a foul mood and ruin my productivity for the day.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so,
okay.
I mean, it's...
company culture also has a play, and it's not looking like Ubisoft has the best one.
No. Oh my gosh, especially like old Ubisoft, the boys club deal. That was rampant in the game industry with a lot of these studios back in the day. Well, I mean, shoot, man, who knows? You know, we know Blizzard because they were just so, you know, blatant, and it was passed through the media like it was like wildfire. But who's to say that, you know, Ubisoft still doesn't have those kinds of issues, or some of these other studios? But yeah, that was a big deal. Good Lord, man, that was it's bad look on the video game industry.
Bad look, yeah.
To say the least. Sorry. After more than 5 years of working efficiently in the current remote work context, many of our colleagues have built or rebuilt their lives, family life, housing, parenthood, etc., and simply cannot return to the previous working conditions. The Video Game Workers Union, STJV, said in a statement, the consequence of its decision will be the loss of our colleagues' jobs, the disorganization of many game projects, and the drastic increase in psychosocial risks for those who remain. According to the union, the return to office decision coincided with the breakdown of profit-sharing negotiations. That's a big one too. Ubisoft workers are being called to participate in a 3-day strike expected to take place on October 15th to October 17th. If I'm a CEO and they're like, well, you know, we have all these issues that are arising, and I just can't return to work. Before I give my answer, I want to hear everyone else's answer to that. Because again, mine's going to be a hot take, I think.
Well, for
this
me,
just happened. Sorry, this just happened to my company. We went back to office full time in April. They said if you work within a 55-mile radius of the company, you are to be in the office 5 days a week, whether or not you were previously hired remote.
Jeez.
And if you cannot do that, you will no longer have a place here. So they just we got bought by a private equity firm who does real estate, and they were like, we buy and sell office buildings. We can't own a company that is not in the office. So they were just like, and here's your new marching orders. And everyone was like, oh my gosh, so many people are going to leave. Not that many people left. You just kind of have to do it, you know. I mean, people will complain about it, but if your livelihood's on the line and now your commute went from 2 seconds to 2 hours, we didn't see that much of a turnover. I mean, this was in April, so there could be people, I mean, the job market's insane, still looking, but we kind of expected an immediate exodus, and that didn't happen. So I think it's kind of crappy. And it's hard because in the 5 years, as they're saying, people did maybe move away or change their lifestyles, and you can't just sell your house and move back.
Exactly.
There should be some sort of flexibility, but then you're playing favorites. It's a very complex situation.
Now, the 55-mile radius, that seems insane to me. 55
It's kind of a dirty way, way of reducing your overall expenditure on staffing while not having to pay a severance. Because if
exactly, we don't have to lay people off; they'll leave.
Wow, right on. Holy mackerel! All right,
I also think it could have been, you know, people had different money. You know, they didn't have to pay as much to fill up for gas. They didn't have to buy extra for work or spend money going out because they didn't have time to make a lunch or make a breakfast or, you know, the coffee was right there on their counter instead of having to go to Starbucks or whatever. There could have also been people that were like, okay, well, we have this 2-bedroom house, but now I need a 3-bedroom house because I need a dedicated space.
Right.
Or to work.
Or whatever. And then after 5 years, I think it's a little much to just be like, nope, you're coming back no matter what.
Okay.
I think that you're right about the playing favorites, but if you look at the productivity of an employee, you know, at home versus work, I think they should start out slow, flex it, do, okay, everybody's going to start coming in 2 days a week, and we're going to stagger it. So it'll be these people come in these days, these people come in these days, vice versa, or do 3 days 1 week, 2 days the next week, ease people back into it. It's going to be an easier pill to swallow, but
you do that when you care about your employees.
Get them.
So my hot take went from it's a more of a little sizzle. I 100% agree with all of you guys. It's got to make sense. It's got to make sense. The staggered schedule, I like that. GG. 55-mile radius, that is insane. If you drive,
that's dead wrong.
Yeah. More than an hour, or I don't know, because I drive 30 minutes to work and back, so my whole there and back is just an hour, which isn't that bad.
See, I'd be a jerk and I'd be like, oh, I just moved to this apartment that's 56 miles away. Because
if you move out of the radius, when the decree happened, if you were in that radius and you moved out, you would still have to go.
Oh, crazy.
It was. Don't worry. This isn't Ubisoft though. My life is different. Let's talk about Ubisoft. But there's no outs. Corporate America,
you're right.
Bringing me down. This is why I play Pokemon on the weekend.
I know. Adulting is hard and stupid.
You need your vitamin P.
All right, let's see what's going on with this delay. This is coming from Variety, being pinned by Jennifer Moss. I want to say that's it. Assassin's Creed Shadows launch delayed to February 2025 amid weak Star Wars Outlaws performance at Ubisoft. The launch of Assassin's Creed Shadows has been delayed to February 14th, Valentine's Day, from it currently planned November 15th release. That's a day before my birthday. Yay me! Game publisher Ubisoft announced that news Wednesday, citing a weak performance for a new title, Star Wars Outlaws, and lower than expected profit in the current quarter as the deciding factors in pushing the next installment in the Assassin's Creed franchise. The delay comes one day after PlayStation revealed its Ghost of Tsushima sequel, Ghost of Yotai, which has a similar historical Japanese setting to Assassin's Creed Shadows, will debut in 2025. Let's see. Per Ubisoft, while the games is feature complete, the learnings from the Star Wars Outlaws release led us to provide additional time to further polish the title. This will enable the biggest entry in the franchise to fully deliver on its ambition, notably by fulfilling the promise of our dual protagonist adventure with Noe. Hopefully pronounced that right. Nawe. Oh, that sounds bad. That sounds
I'll let Ken correct me.
Yeah, let me get closer.
It's Nawe.
Yeah.
Nawe. Yeah. Okay. And Yasuke. I was saying Yusuke for the longest time. Yasuke.
Like Sasuke. Yasuke.
Yeah.
Bring it to very different gameplay styles. I wonder.
Now, see, that's not entirely what I heard. Yes, it's to polish certain things, but they're also looking to add a bunch of stuff in only 5 months. I don't know how they're going to do that well, which tells me they're not going to do it well, considering the current state of the game. I don't really know how much you can do in 5 months, especially when Ubisoft is just getting it from all different angles right now.
Yeah.
There's a lot happening.
They're getting beat up pretty good.
But I am going to say that whilst I love me some Ubisoft, like I really like the Assassin's Creed series. Prince of Persia was awesome, like we were talking about. There's a lot from them that I love and believe in for them as a studio.
Yeah.
However, the moment that I heard the next Star Wars game is being done by Ubisoft, I already knew I wasn't going to buy it.
You shouldn't be charging people. I disagree with charging people a little bit of extra money for early access to a game, and I'm hoping that this experience with Star Wars Outlaws just sort of kills that a little bit.
We'll have to see. Because the product overall wasn't good. At least that's what the scores say, and the gamer reviews and all that good stuff. I'm pretty sure that if a game looks really good, looks interesting, people are willing to pay for early access. That's going to continue. It's up to the companies to be like, I know, right? It's up to the company to be like, we're not going to do that. It's robbing, or we're taking advantage of gamers. We have to pull that back. Which I would look at that company as like, you're a good company, but we are talking about
it's just kind of like how they didn't charge extra, but it was the catch-22 of if you buy digital, you get it 7 days early. So like with Hogwarts Legacy and stuff like that, and sometimes I do like the ease and convenience and the fact that I get it right then and there. I do like digital sometimes for that, but we know that I'm very untrusting, and I know that at any moment, like, a license can be taken from somebody and my game is gone.
Yeah, that's not unfounded.
So we
You're
know
exactly
I don't.
right.
Yeah, so we know I also like have trust issues with digital. But that's how they've gotten me on some of them. Like, you know, Resident Evil. Like, I get it right the second that it turns midnight. You know, I got that game. You know, so with Resident Evil 4, I did pre-order it on digital for that reason. Hogwarts Legacy, I was like, I get it a whole week before you suckers. You know, so,
fantastic game. I just went back and played it. Yeah.
So I mean, that it kind of wasn't like you have to pay extra, but I felt like I was forced into digital because I don't want to wait. I'm impatient.
Yeah. And then I'm sure probably Nosh, you probably touched on this, but the pricing, taking chunks of the game out so you can sell it to people for a DLC and have them, or you know, that absolutely is the grossest thing ever. And Ubisoft is notorious for that. Notorious. Greed.
Yep.
Well,
Sorry,
they're not alone.
Chicken. One of the kids were in here and they brought this in here. Great.
There's because I'm looking at the other games that are coming out at the same time Assassin's Creed's going to be coming out, and one of them was Civilization 7, and I had a mini rant on one of my streams about the pricing of that. To basically, to buy the full game, so that's everything that is supposed to be included in it, will cost me $168.
No,
jeez,
that's a no.
Yeah.
$168 for all of the civilizations, all of the leaders, and all of the map packs and all of that stuff. And then here's the thing, here's a little cherry on top. It may not even be the full game, because to pay for that $168, I get 2 free future DLCs. But if they release more, I have to pay for that too.
For those
$200.
That's right.
Yep. And the question I'm asking myself is there really a $170 difference from the previous version of Civilization to this one? And the answer is emphatically no. No, not a chance.
No.
Woof.
Yeah.
They're getting ridiculous with that.
Yeah.
I know, like,
my gosh.
I don't mind DLCs. I do like that. But when you're sitting there getting told if you buy the digital deluxe, you get, it used to be digital deluxe, you get like the soundtrack along with it, the art book or whatever, and DLC pack 1, 2, and 3, and that's what they were doing. And so that covered all the DLCs.
Now we've got single player games with season passes.
Yeah, now it's just like, okay, well, you'll get this one costume, this one weapon, you'll get these many credits for their in-store currency, and you'll get the first pack, you know, and you're just like stuck.
There's so many more games to play out there. We don't need to suffer through this crap.